Konami Studios. Shang-Chi issue 2. The first issue pleasantly surprised me. I didn't know what to expect, and it felt very old school Bruce Lee, which, let's be real, that's just the character of Shang-Chi, and it works really well. This issue takes us into a new direction than I was kind of expecting. We see a lot of interesting angles being played up, and I really thoroughly thought this is going to make for a really good trade. Now, that's not me saying I don't like this story. I think it's solid. I think it's very interesting. It's done a lot of stuff right. I don't know if it's for me, though. Which I get. You know, you can't win them all, for lack of a better term, but I think a lot of people are going to read this as their first Shang-Chi book and be like, oh, I like this. I think this is a really fun angle that explores the mythology of the houses. It explores a lot of interesting stuff. So we open up the book in the past, and we are seeing the adventures of a young Shang-Chi and of a girl who we learn is named Shi-Hao, and this is Shang-Chi's sister. And they are kind of just like trying to find some food, breaking into places, and they stumble across this secret place with all these dead bodies that have lost their bones, and they're disgusted. And their father, Xing Shu, comes in, and he's like, kids, what the hell are you doing here? I'm gonna have to kill you because of this. And in order to save his sister, Shang-Chi says he will give his father his obedience, and he will never talk back or do anything. He will be loyal to his father for everything. But his sister gets sent away, and he doesn't know where his sister is. And that's when we learn that's the last time he saw his sister, Shi-Hao. And I thought that was kind of cool. Then we cut back to the modern day, where him and Leiko they're flying a copter over. What was it? Did they say this base was in Russia? I know she trained in Russia. I can't remember if they said the base was in Russia. But so they go to where Commander Hammer is, and Shang-Chi's immediately like, no, that's great. I messed with the autopilot, so you're not going to come down here with me, Leiko. You're going to go back to wherever the hell MI6 is, and I'm going to deal with my sister alone. So he jumps out of the plane, and he lands down, and immediately he's attacked by some people. I really like this conversation, too, where he's just like, oh, you guys are pretty good. Well, you're not that good. How long have you trained? Oh, since you were a child? Well, I'd get a new profession. I thought that was pretty cool. Because I feel like that's going to be the angle they try to take Shang-Chi in when it comes to the film. You know, just kind of like that classic, like, I'm really good at this and I have a confidence that you don't really understand just because you're good at what you do, but you don't have the confidence to back it up. So I think that's a really cool angle that they're going to play. And I'm very excited to see how that's going to go forward in the movie. And I liked it here in the book, actually. He meets with his sister, and immediately it's like, oh, they reconcile, they hug. There's like, oh, it's nice to see you again, big sister, or no, little sister and big brother. Then they go have dinner, and they're talking about what happened to her and how she was taken from the clan of the Deadly Fist, and how she was brought to the one of the Hammer that was in Russia, and how she fought to be the champion there, like Shang-Chi became the champion for the people of the Fist. I'm like, that's pretty interesting. I like that we're seeing that. So then they just kind of go for a walk. They're just talking and dealing with stuff. And the idea comes into play that Commander Hammer is really interested in being better than her father, and that she wants his power and to be the best of them all. And even Shang-Chi is like, he doesn't control you anymore. You don't have to fight for this. He's dead. He has no power over you. But it still does, you know, because I like that angle, especially in this culture where, you know, the father having that impact over a young woman. I think it's something that could easily be played up in weird ways, but I think in here, for the most part, I think it really works. And this is where the idea comes to play, like, oh, they haven't really reconciled anything. She's still after to get him, and the food they ate was poisoned. He starts to hallucinate, and he passes out, and he kind of wakes up in like this weird spirit realm place where he's seeing, I'm pretty sure we're seeing the ghost of his father, or like the spirit of his father. It's like a skeleton that's watching over him. It's pretty cool. I will say, I think that looks pretty interesting, pretty unique to that character, and I'm very excited to see what it's going to be. But he's still having these hallucinations when he wakes up, and everybody in this hospital room's like, how is he alive right now? So that's kind of cool. But he's seeing these spirits of his father in every person that comes to attack him. And when he gets a cut on his chest, he realizes, oh, his blood, it looks like it's a galaxy or a starway. That's a really cool effect, actually. I didn't think it was going to look that good when I first saw it. I'm like, wow, that's actually pretty interesting. I like the way that looks a lot. It's such a unique idea, just seeing like the galaxy spilling out of him because it's blood. I thought that was cool. Saber and is it Saber and Dagger are the ones that come to save him? I think so. But they just pick him up and they go on a boat, and they're beginning the rest of their journey to take down Commander Hammer. Luckily, he is saved by them, but he's still seeing the hallucinations of his father. and you're just like, okay, what's going to happen here? And now I think it's going to be a really interesting idea. It might get a little more mystical in that maybe Shang-Chi's going to enter into like a spirit realm of some sorts and have a conversation with his father, but you never know. It was less kung fu than the first one, which I'm okay with, because now we're building up the lore. We're showing what's going on here. We see how the idea comes into play that the clan of the Fist is like the strongest clan. It's at the top of their ranking, and it's like, because you see like the circle sigil, and that one's at the top, and I think that's pretty cool. You see, you start to understand how Sister Hammer, or how Commander Hammer, hates these people and how she wants to take control because of how she was treated by their actual leader. And I think that's kind of a cool angle. It's something, I don't know, it's been really explored in other Shang-Chi books, but I think here it works, and it's pretty cool to see. So I really enjoyed that angle. Not a lot in this book that really happened, but it does set up a lot of stuff going forward, and I'm excited to see what kind of astral plane, mystical realm Shang-Chi is going to wind up in now, because I think that's where we're going with this book. So overall, it's pretty satisfying, and I am going to give Shang-Chi issue 2 a 6 out of 10. Now, thank you guys so much for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, all that good stuff, and I will catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, good luck.